over the Reshiram ADP deck that we used on the last video. This time I will basically show you my list, not the list that I have on the PTCGO, because as I said, I don't have all of the cards on the PTCGO, so just show you the deck list I'm using right now. And if I were to go into a tournament with this deck list, these are the cards that I would definitely use. So for the Pokemon line, we have 3 Reshiram and Zekrom tag team, 1 ADP, 2 Dedenne, 1 Tapu Lele, 3 Ho-Oh, 2 Crobat, 1 Prism Star, and in my opinion one of my favorite cards and one of the best cards ever printed, the Execute the Egg. We basically have the ADP here for the GX attack, where we do 30 more damage and we get 1 extra prize card. We can also one-shot, I think, some of the VMAXs with Fabled Flarebolts, with Fabled Flarebolts, where we discard, we can discard up to 3 fire or lightning energy, and we do 90 for each of those with discard. And we also use the GX sometimes. Then we have the Dedenne and the Crobat as the draw engine. We have the Tapu Lele for consistency to get whichever support we basically want from our deck to our hand. We have the Ho-Oh EX. That's basically how the Reshiram does damage, because this card I can bring this card from the discard pile. If I flip a coin, if heads, I bring this card from the discard pile and I can attach 1 lightning and 1 fire. I can also accelerate energy with prisms, with the Tapu Koko Prism Star. And then I have the Execute. I can basically, this is one of the most broken cards in my opinion. Whenever I want, I discard this card to the graveyard. I can add it back into my hand, discard to the graveyard, add it back into my hand. And that's very useful in a deck that uses Quick Balls, Ultra Balls, Computer Search, and in the end, like items that they use Pokemon, that they use Pokemon, and we need to discard our cards to basically use those items. Now for the trainer line, I have pretty standard stuff: 4 Research, 1 Guzma, 1 and 1 End Resolve. That's again pretty basic stuff. We have 4 Research to basically draw cards. We have Guzma to switch. We have Guzma to basically kill whatever we want from the bench. We have N for the late game, N for 1 or N for 3, N for 2, for whatever. And we have the End Resolve to pull out the Crossbreak GX, where we play the End Resolve, we discard the top 6 cards from our deck. If there are any energy cards, I attach them to Reshiram and Zekrom, and then I just do 170. It's one of the bench Pokemon. And how I actually won a game recently is like that: if you alter creation and you use the Crossbreak GX, and you kill 2 Dedenne, you basically win the game because you get 6 prize cards. And that's an overpower combo, I think. Yeah. Then for the items, we have, most of the deck is item cards, to be honest. 1 Computer Search, 4 Quick Ball, 3 Ultra Ball, 4 Elixir, 3 Compressor, 3 Seeker, 1 Field Blower, 2 Floatstone, and 1 Fighting Fury Belt. Quick Ball and Ultra Ball to search stuff, basically to search whichever Pokemon we want. It's here for consistency, and that's why we also use the egg to discard it with the Quick Ball and the Ultra Ball. Computer Search is here for everything. The strongest card ever printed, in my opinion. I can get whichever card I want from my deck. Then I have the Max Elixir to basically load my bench Pokemon with lightning or a fire, which then I discard with the Fabled Flarebolts. I play the 3 battle compressors, so I can send the Hoch and some energy directly from my deck to the discard pile. Then I have the Versus Seekers to grab my supporters, to grab this late game Guzma for the win, the late game End for the win, or the late game End's Resolve for the win. I wouldn't underestimate this card. Then I have the Field Blower to get rid of annoying stadiums, annoying items like floatstones or big charms and stuff like that. Floatstone, pretty standard stuff. My Pokemon have no retreat cost, so I can basically, I can attach Floatstone, let's say, for example, to my ADP, and I wanted to grab, let's say, knockout. I will use Guzma, I will choose my opponent's Pokemon from the bench, I will retreat with my ADP, and then I'll pick up the knockout with the Reshiram and Zekrom. And then I have the Fighting Fury Belt. To be honest, that's my personal preference. I might change this to a Muscle Band. It depends how popular the VMAXs are. Because with this card we do 10 more damage, so with the GX we can do up to 310. So we can one-shot some VMAX Pokemon. And we have also plus 40 HP, so the Reshiram and Zekrom has 310 HP. So it's a basic card which basically has VMAX HP. It's a tag team basic Pokemon with the HP same of a VMAX. So yeah, that's for the item cards as well. Then for the stadiums, I just ran to Skyfields. Pretty standard. I want to have many Pokemon on the bench. I want the Denes, Leles, and as many holes as possible. Crobats. Not the Coco, because I usually accelerate energy. But I can play Skyfields. I can have my Hochs and the Denes and stuff. And if the opponent overrides the Skyfield, it depends. So if my Hoch doesn't have any energy attached on it, I'll just put it on the discard pile. So then with another Skyfield, I can bring it back with energy. Otherwise, I'm just discarding my Dedenes and Leles and Crobats, because these are basically 2 prize cards in my bench. And last, for energy, I play 4 Double Dragon energy. I play 5 Fire energy and 6 Lightning. Again, pretty basic stuff. We need the Fire and the Lightning to basically attack with Flare Bolts. And Double Dragon energy, broken card. I can alter creation turn 2 whenever I want, and I can also attack with Reshiram and Zekrom whenever I want with just 1 normal attachment for hand. Yeah, this is, to be honest, this is my favorite deck to play. Like most of the Pokemon here are some of my favorite Pokemon, like of all time. I love ADP, I love Reshiram and Zekrom, I love Tapu Lele, I love Hoch, I like the Shiny Crobat, I also like the Coco, and I like the Executor. I think that's a really cool design. But yeah, like overall, even in the VGC and even in Pokemon, like ADP and Reshiram and Zekrom would be some of my favorite Pokemon like of all time, along with Mewtwo, of course. That's why we have the playmat of the Mega Mewtwo X and Mega Mewtwo Y. But yeah, that's all I have today, guys. I think, in my opinion, overall this deck, I think this deck is a solid tier 2, maybe. It's a fun deck for sure, and I think that's the main point of Pokemon, right? To play and have fun. Like, for me, even if I win a regional, even if I don't, even if I win an event, even if I don't, my life won't change. So, in general, I think that our primary goals in our hobby should be to have fun. And for me, this is a very offensive and a very fun deck. It's my favorite deck to play. So yeah, that's all I have today for you guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.